like my Looney Tunes bowling bag. Pretty sure it's a bowling bag. I don't really bowl. I don't think I've bowled in like, I don't know, something like 7 years. I don't know. I don't know what the count is, but I have bowled. Bowled. You know what I'm talking about? You fucking stoners know what I'm talking about. Did that recently. I'm gonna go bowling. My friend Zach, shout out to my friend Zach, since I can't communicate with him anymore, I'm pretty sure that like he changed his number, and not because of me, but yeah, I don't do like social media and stuff, so it's like I just figure that I'll like never talk to people again unless they come to like my comedy show or something. That would be really cool though, to like reconnect with people in that way, you know? That would be a really cool way to reconnect with my birth mother. If she's still alive, that is. She's probably dead. She probably like killed herself or overdosed or some shit. Anyway, we used to have this road. Well, I mean, it's still there. There's this road that's really close to my high school, the same high school where this guy Zach and I went to. This road is called Del Rio Pike, and it's kind of like known by the stoners as like, you know, the smoking road. It's like the best road to like get high on, because it's very scenic and very like windy, and yeah, it's just like the best smoking road. And he said that he and his friends like made these t-shirts that said Del Rio Bowling Team. Which is cool, I guess. So, anyway, I'm on my way to like visit my mom, because my dad's out of town visiting my grandmother. And so, and like I told myself that I was gonna leave like 3 hours ago, but I mean, I don't even consider myself like lying, because it's like a part of me knows that that's like not gonna happen, you know? It's just I can dream, I can hope, I can plan, but it's not gonna fucking happen, you know? Like, there's always a pretty like perpetual delay with me, you know? I'm really hoping that my mother doesn't like ask me about my smoking. Like, I'm worried about that, because anytime that I start doing something that I know I'm not supposed to be doing, well, because I quit smoking, right? But like, I bought a pack of cigarettes last night and ended up smoking damn near the whole thing. And like, because I told myself, like, no, you can't smoke the whole thing, Missy. Like, that's terrible. Like, just leave 5. Leave 5 in the pack. You'll be good. Like, I smoked 15 cigarettes last night, back to back, man. Like, I just didn't stop. And I was doing jokes, and I was singing and yakking, carrying on, all that. But, you know, it's just, like, I might be accomplishing shit, but, like, it's like my brain makes all kinds of excuses as to why it's okay for me to like behave badly. Like, I know that smoking is a bad decision for so many reasons, and it's not just like, okay, well, I'm totally gonna give myself cancer, and that's what I've been paranoid about. It's ridiculous, you guys. It's ridiculous. Like, this past year, when I've been doing comedy, like, I have not been smoking cigarettes at all. Like, I just gave that up, like, cold turkey. And then I don't know what happened. Life happened. Life happens. and you start smoking cigarettes again. They should have me advertise for like Marlboro or Camel. Camel, baby. You smoke Turkish Golds, fool. I do smoke Turkish Golds. See, I tell myself that it's okay as long as I don't smoke menthols. So I'm like useless to black people now. That black people always love me for that shit. They're like, and you smoke menthols. You is black. No. See, just like smelling my fucking fingers makes me want a cigarette. I'm like, oh my god, I miss this shit. It's like, I seriously, like, I went to bed last night. I seriously went to bed last night, you guys. Seriously, it happened. And like, I just reeked. You know, I just smelled like a straight up ashtray, and that was so like comforting because I remember so many nights for like, you know, 10 years smelling like a goddamn ashtray and just loving it. And I don't know why I have this like sick attachment to such things, but I do, you know? And I guess it pisses me off because I'm so self-aware that like I end up going back to these same things that I used to do all the time. Because like I didn't bring my cigarettes now, well mainly because I'm going to my mom's house, and but you know what'll end up happening is I'll probably end up like buying another pack of cigarettes on the way to work tonight. But I'm just see, in order to talk about addiction, I'm gonna have to go into it. You know, I'm gonna have to get back to my natural habitat. I just love the fuck out of cigarettes, y'all. Love them so much. But yeah. For the past year that I haven't been smoking, I've been so paranoid that I have cancer, right? This whole time I've had fucking fibromyalgia. It was never just like my throat. It was always my throat, like right here, in my jaw, in the back of my head, and like my arms, and my ankles, and my knees, and fucking my abdomen. Shit, I mean, it's terrible, man. It's fucking terrible. But I've just gotten used to it, and I just thought, like, oh, well, I'm just getting older. That's just what happens. And I had no idea that it was, like, this other thing. But the good thing about it, even though it sounds like that's a terrible fate, first of all, it makes sense. I'm a borderline personality, so not only am I a hypochondriac, and I know what you're thinking, well, how do you know that you're really experiencing pain? Fuck you, I totally am, just because I'm not like fucking crying. I mean, y'all have seen me cry, but it's definitely not because of, you know, that. I usually, it's not that bad where I'm crying, but it's like, just the throbbing. You know, like right now, like the back of my head just, it's like it's burning, you know? Not like literally, I don't want you guys to go there. I don't want to go there. That's a terrible idea. But I try. See, this is the thing. Anytime that I'm in physical pain, I always do this where I just imagine somebody in a burn unit, and I'm like, Amy, it's not so bad. Quit your fucking whining. And like, I have a friend of mine, Kimberly. She has like really bad like kidney problems, you know, and like I've been with her, you know, when she's crying and like she's at the hospital and like nobody fucking takes her seriously because she goes into the hospital a lot for these things, and there's really like nothing they can do for her besides just give her pills, you know. And I mean that's really all the doctors are good for, just prescribing some pills. Sorry y'all, I don't like doctors at all for the most part. Some of them are alright, you know. I have stereotypes in my head. I think that you should write down your stereotypes, like all your own personal stereotypes, like. And I mean, you think about everybody in a certain way, you know. It's not just like, oh, I think about race this way, or I think about gender this way, you know. And it really doesn't matter, like these stereotypes, because like there are always going to be people that aren't that way, you know. I'm totally aware of that, y'all. Don't think that I'm not like cognizant of my own personal biases, you know. Like I just hate how you can't even talk about it. Like, so you just got to deny the fact that you're a human being, you know, that thinks about people, like, the way that you think about people. And besides, it's like indicated in your actions, the way that you think about people. You know, so you don't have to say the N-word. I know that you're thinking it, I know that you're feeling it, and I know that you want to say it so fucking badly, but you can't because it's not socially acceptable anymore, and you don't want, I mean, it's like a part of you isn't ashamed of the fact that you're a racist, but another part of you is like, well, fuck, you know, I gotta make it seem like I'm a decent human being, so I can't say this out loud. Say it out loud so then I can fucking shoot you. How about that? How about we keep those Second Amendment rights and just shoot the fucking racist? How about that? I'm a genius, y'all. I'm gonna bring all these people together. Okay, that's funny. Okay, that is probably the most clever billboard I have ever seen. This has got to be like a Holy Roller Church, I mean. It even looks like that Holy Roller Church that you went to. The last time that I went to church, y'all, I was drunk as fuck. And like, I reeked to alcohol and vomit and urine. And the black people still accepted me. This is so funny, man. They were like jumping up and down, like all excited about the Lord. It's funny because, like, you know, I hate all that shit, but I can be around black people loving that shit. It's weird. The white people loving that shit freaks me the hell out. But yeah, this is my own personal bias, okay? Like, I don't really like white people. I think that white people screw everything up, okay? There you go. I'm just giving it to you. I'm not trying to cover it up. I'm not trying to hide. I'm not trying to make excuses for it, rationalize or anything. I'm just saying this is how people are, man. It's how people are. What was I talking about? I don't know. Well, it was race. Of course it was race. But before that, though, I was talking about something else. I think we were just talking about biases in general. Like, you just have biases and they don't go away. And I don't know. Eventually we'll get back to what we were trying to say. Maybe it'll be like 3 o'clock in the morning tonight, but maybe we're talking about smoking. I don't know. Dude, I love smoking cigarettes. I love cigarettes so much. Fibromyalgia, hypochondriac, I don't know what. See, it'd be easy for somebody to say, like, oh, well, you're a hypochondriac, so you don't really have fibromyalgia, you know? And I can already see that argument coming up. And I understand why it would come up. Like, that's totally valid. But, like, it makes sense for somebody that has, like, borderline personality to, like, develop PTSD and then develop fibromyalgia as a result of PTSD, you know? Because the anxiety is so bad, and anxiety really does a number on you. And that's why every time I go to the doctor and they, like, check my heart rate and my blood pressure and all that shit, I'm just like, how the fuck am I still healthy, you know? That's a pretty ass dog. Oh my God. If y'all had seen the dog that I just saw, you'd be like, wow, that's a pretty ass dog. You would say the same fucking shit. I know you would. That's a pretty ass bitch walking up the road. God damn. See, I know I sound misogynistic by the way I talk about women, but I just think about everybody. Like, it's working at a restaurant, y'all. It's what it does to you. You just, like, see people in a certain way. I wonder if, like, somebody's at my mom's house. I think somebody is at my mom's house. Like, there's a car parked in front of the house. Yeah, well, you didn't call her or text her or nothing. You didn't tell her you're coming. Like, this is just how you roll, I know. Like, you just, you know, show up. Yeah. Well, I think it's better to just show up. yeah, I don't make plans. But, like, I try and then I don't follow through on them. So, like, what's the point in making plans? Yeah, it's like I have this pain right here. But I was just reading about it last night. It's like if you have fibromyalgia, like smoking is like really, really terrible because it's just gonna tense up your muscles like even more. It's just, and it's like smoking is like it's like the whole idea of it. You know? I feel like everything's just an idea anyway. Like smoking's an idea, God's an idea, racism's an idea that's totally real. But no, if you think about racism though, like gender and all that, it's just this idea that you have in your mind about how people behave. You know, I mean, it is true, but it isn't true for the same reason that it is true. So it's confusing. So I've always wondered about my gender. See, titties right here. I got titties, but they're not really much of anything. I love them. If they were any bigger, I'd topple the fuck over. I love my vagina. The reason I love my vagina is because I can masturbate in public. If I had a dick, I wouldn't be able to do that. And I'm worried that if I had a dick, that I would always be hard. Like, I don't understand how guys do that, especially for as often as guys talk about sex and how much they think about sex and how much they want sex and how big their dicks are and how they want their dicks to get sucked and all that. You know, it's like, it's funny to me that they don't have, like, constant erections. Like, how the fuck is that possible with, like, based on, like, how often you bring this up? And I was told, oh, we just learned how to control it. I'm like, dude, like,
I'll tell you a secret, Vortex. I make myself wet just by, like, thinking about things that are sexy. I'll be, like, working, and I'll be wet, you know? Or, like, I'll be talking to other people. Maybe I'll be at a coffee shop or a restaurant or something, and I'll be wet. You think that any man is gonna make me that wet? Probably not.
as wet as I can make myself, baby cakes. Ooh. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go and surprise my mom and whoever the fuck else is here. Well, maybe you'll be out at the doghouse because, like, she won't ask those questions that she normally asks when it's just you and her, you know?
Yeah, it's like, she'll just be like, so, well,
like, Amy hasn't had a cigarette in, like, over a year. Isn't that true, Amy? Like, she'll say some shit like that. I'll be like, you know? Because it's like, I don't want to, like, dishearten her. I don't want to, like, disappoint her. It's just time, though. That's all it is. The thing is, like, I had 3 years of sobriety, just about, and I relapsed and went on, like, a year-long bender, and it was terrible, and almost died several times. But that year, I just made a lot of really, really bad decisions. But I don't regret any of it. I needed to do it, and I have all this, like, experience now, like, you know, I feel like it's worth it. Just throwing my life down the drain for, you know, a bit. But, get it? Many bits. Many, many, many bits. So many bits, all because I threw my life down the drain. Because I was willing to challenge myself. But, so, like, when I got sober again, and people would ask me that, like, how long have you been sober? If my mom was around, she'd be like, you know, I'd be like, oh, like 3 months, or 6 months, or 9 months, whatever the fuck. I've been sober for a year. I've been sober for a year and a half, 2 years. And my mom's like, oh, well, you know, she had a lot longer before. Like, she would say that. I'm like, what the fuck does it matter now? Like, it's just time. And it's just a day anyway, you know? It's like the whole one day at a time concept. It's kind of ridiculous because, like, you know what you're really saying. Like, you know what you're trying to do. But it is just one day at a time because it's always just one day at a time. Like, that's not that crazy brilliant, you know? I used to belong to a home group in East Nashville. It was called ODAT because that's the acronym for that. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. It's probably the coolest acronym that's around. But yeah, see, I adopted it. And I try not to kill myself. Oh, Dad. That's all you gotta do, just one day. You know? But, you know, sometimes you don't want to do that one day. And you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna get fucked up. Like, it's funny though, because like when I was in treatment, like this counselor, this drug counselor I talked to, he said, you know, like, to look at it like this, like man, I'm getting really drunk tomorrow. Just I'm not gonna do it today. So like you're always just planning this eventual like spree. But it's like that's what you tell yourself though when you're in addiction. And you're like, I'll get sober tomorrow. I'll stop tomorrow, you know? James says, I'm done with Sergio. Treat me like a rag doll. I gotta work on that impression. But you know, it's like, I'll try again tomorrow. Like it's just, it's a nasty ass cycle, but I really hope I don't give myself actual cancer. That's what I've been so paranoid about. It's like my anxiety is really terrible. And I tell myself, like, oh, well, if you smoke, it'll be better. But that's not true at all. Cigarettes are actually worse for your anxiety because they give you something more to freak out. Like, you know, it's just like any other addiction. Like, if you couldn't find your fucking dope, you know, or like whatever you do that's like really important. Like, if you can't find that, you're going to freak the fuck out, you know? Same way with cigarettes, and like it's like worse because it's like mainly in your brain. Like there's no actual like physical withdrawal. Like it's really not that bad. People act like it's so terrible, but I mean it's like a week ago, like I smoked a pack of cigarettes. Once again, like well, I know it wasn't in one sitting. I smoked like half the pack like one day and the rest of the pack the next day. But like I was like, I can't do this. Like I smoke too much, you know? I can't be one of those people that just like does it seldomly or I only do this in my act, you know? But you can be like Mitch Hedberg, you know? Like Mitch Hedberg's like, oh, smoke is just part of my act. I'm always acting like my smoking self. He didn't say that. I added that on, Mitch. Love you. I would not be doing this if it weren't for you. So, anyway. What was I saying? I don't know, man. You gotta get in there. Don't you want to visit with her? No, I mean, well, she's cool. Like, when she's around other people, she's way cooler. When she's not around my dad, she's awesome. But when she's around my dad, then she's like, I can't talk at all. And it's like everything that she says, he'll just fucking shoot her down. It just pisses me off. And then she'll like defend why he does that. But it's like they've been married for so long that like I feel like it's just wrong for me to like judge them and be like, you know, you guys are totally off in the way that you live and stuff. Cause like they feel the same way about me, but I do have a personality disorder. But anyway, like if I just see my mom, like I know, like, I mean, we piss each other off when we make each other mad and stuff, but like I feel like we still have like a connection. Like my dad and I, it's just like there's nothing there, you know? And like I think that both of us know that, and it's just really horrible. Like that's just such a terrible realization to have about somebody that you're like, society says you're supposed to be close to this person, you know? But I guess I don't like regret that anymore because I don't really feel like it's anything that I can change and like turn into something that's not what it is. I just need to accept what it is. I mean, I'll still talk to him, I'll still like be around and stuff, but I mean, it's like we have nothing to talk about. We just fucking disagree on everything. Like we just constantly butt heads on like pretty much everything. Like the only thing that I can rely on my dad for is the fact that he like doesn't like technology, so he doesn't like have a smartphone. So it's like I know that he's paying attention to everything that I say and getting pissed off about it, you know? Anyway, toodles.